Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Sorry for the lack of uploads, I've been sick, so that's why my voice sounds a little off. But today, I'm going to be ranking every enemy in Cold War Zombies, from worst to best. This list is just going to include enemies that frequently spawn into the map, so none of the bosses that you would have to fight at the end of an Easter egg. Hopefully you guys enjoy this, and without further ado, let's get right into the video. Starting off the list as the worst enemy in all of Cold War Zombies, it is the Tempests. They only appear in the last two DLC maps, those being Manglers and Forsaken. The reason I've ranked these guys so low is because they're really easy to kill. Plus, they don't spawn in as often as the other enemies. A Tempest doesn't really pose a serious threat to the player, so that's why I have to put it as the worst. Next on the list has to be the Tormentors. From Manglers and Forsaken, these guys just run up to you and explode. The blasts can cause some serious damage, but they don't have much health. Tormentors remind me of the meatballs that were on Shadows of Evil, but there's nothing else to these guys, and like I said, they're really easy to kill. Coming in at our next spot, it's the Plague Hounds. The Plague Hounds are literally the Hellhounds with a slight difference. Once you kill a Plague Hound, they'll burst into a gas-like state, which can slow you down and cause damage. They can also jump great distances, so you'll want to make sure to take them out before killing any zombies. It'll give you a lot easier of a time, but then again, Plague Hounds can be killed easily. Next up on our list are the Disciples. They were first introduced on Manglers. Once you began the Pack-a-Punch ritual, they would drain health from a player through a purple beam. Disciples would also make the other zombies a lot stronger by boosting their health. Also, Disciples were harder to kill compared to the Plague Hounds and the Tempests. This seems like the right spot to put them. Now we get into the upper half of this list. And with that being said, the next enemy has to be the Mimics. These enemies were introduced in Firebase Z. They would mimic items on the ground, and once you had gotten close enough to them, the items would turn into these enemies. That's how they got their names. Mimics had two attacks, those being a slash attack and a chomp attack. All around, the Mimic was a great enemy. The Russian Manglers claimed this spot. They too also appeared on Firebase Z. I felt like they really fit the theme of this map. The Manglers weren't easy to kill either. They would take quite a bit of damage to kill. Their weak spot was the cannon attached on one of its arms. The Manglers also had only two attacks, a cannon blast, or it would try to slash at you with one of its arms. Both of these attacks were pretty easy to avoid, however. Moving on to our big hitters. In this next spot, it has to be the Abominations from Forsaken. These guys are basically Margwas who can run on all fours. You can only eliminate them by taking out 3 of its heads, but it wasn't easy to do that. There would be periods of times in which it would close its mouths, meaning you couldn't shoot any of them. It also had a blast attack that could turn lethal quickly. Abominations were no walk in the park, so that is why they're so high on this list. Coming in as the second best enemy, it's the Cransny Soldat. This version of the Panzer has a flamethrower attached to one of its arms. It can also launch grenades at you. The Cransny Soldat is basically the Panzers from the previous zombie games, except this guy seems a lot tougher and has the ability to do more damage. It will also fly using its jetpacks if you end up getting too out of range. But yeah, Cransny Soldat is the second best. Okay, and finally, coming in as the best enemy in all of Cold War Zombies, it's the Megaton. Now, I wanted to put the Megaton as the best because of its uniqueness to zombies. We've never seen anything like it before. The Megaton takes on 2 forms. The first form is like a giant boss that'll swipe at you and shoot green bombs. Once you've killed its first form, it'll split into 2 singular enemies. These enemies are a lot faster and create a different gameplay experience. I don't think that the Megaton is a super difficult enemy, but I don't think it's easy. I believe it's just perfect. So that is why the Megaton comes in as the best enemy in Cold War. Well, that's going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed this video, then consider subscribing. I'd appreciate it. Let me know some video ideas down in the comment section below. And with all that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.